What's up, humans, and welcome to a new Psicoactivo. Okay, so let's take a look at the latest from Disclosure Day, which is about to start selling tickets on Wednesday, 27th of May. We have a couple of things that are quite mysterious, if you don't mind me saying. They have these sort of announcements that are happening, and they're telling people to keep your eyes on the ground tomorrow. Disclosure Day only in theaters June 12th, 2026. And they have these images. Lake Hollywood Park. Do you think there could be others? We deserve to know the truth. Huh. So maybe something is going to happen there, some kind of publicity stunt about the film. Sounds interesting, right? Let's watch another one. And this is from a mall, I think. That seems like a mall. Not sure which one it is, but if you guys recognize it, please let me know in the comment section down below. And City Market, it says, Kansas City. Okay, so I don't know if something on site is going to happen, some kind of guerrilla marketing stunt or something, but it seems mysterious. It seems very interesting, and it's ramping up, right? So I wanted to talk about a little bit of, you guys know my previous video was about this accusation against the CIA and specifically Dr. Kit Green, Christopher Kit Green. I showed you a clip where John Burroughs talks about how they think that DNA has potentially some kind of correlation with the phenomenon, right? DNA of certain people.
Because what Nolan and Green were interested in, this is how they laid it on the line. They feel that certain people and bloodlines trace back in time that may deal with what we're encountering. And then they feel the big question was, when you have an encounter, is it because of that? Or when you do, does it modify you? And they never were clear on where I stood. Okay. They got my stuff too when they did the VA heart surgery, I found out. Then he came back later and got a saliva sample. He wanted to put me in that 100-person program. And then he did some DNA testing on myself and my son. But they feel that, I think, and again, I don't like how they talk about my case, because no one's been disingenuous. He did come and try to get my DNA, but I never gave it to him. They got it through my surgery.
Right.
And then I gave it to Green to put off.
Right.
Well, if you go off of what no one else guys say, it's a bloodline.
Okay. And
it goes back to ancient times.
And as a point of clarification, just for the viewers, Nolan did claim that he got a sample of your blood, but he actually got it through the VA, right?
Well, yeah, because here's how it went. Him and Kelleher, Green met with my attorney and I in Sedona, and he tried to sell me on doing an MRI on the brain and DNA. I wouldn't do the DNA because I said, how are you going to test this and what are you looking for? He said, there's only 2 labs in the world that could do it, blah, blah. So eventually I just said, how would I know if what you're telling me is true or not anyway? So I declined the DNA. We're going to talk more about the MRI. But the next thing you know, he called Pat back that evening and sent Kelleher and Nolan down and met with us in Flagstaff the next day. And I refused. So they went back. So he brought a lobotomist and everything. They were going to take the blood. So he didn't get it. Then when I did the surgery, I found out, well, there were 2 things. Alexander told me they did it, but there's stuff that I got proof of, that there was a DOD doctor following me around everywhere. They were taking all my tissue, my samples, and he had blood drawn from me that went off site. So that's when they got the initial DNA, the blood and the tissue. They got, not only did they get blood, but they got tissue, including the valve that was damaged. And then the second time is I gave a saliva sample to Green. Now, he could say that he got it through Green, but I gave it to Green. I didn't give it to
Nolan. Okay.
And right now, one of the stories that is not being talked about that much is that there is a number of people who are experiencers or claim to be experiencers who are also feeling persecuted and threatened. And the best example of this is not somebody who's being persecuted, but he was sadly has been turned into a pariah of sorts, which is Chris Bledsoe. The intelligence committee has been surrounding Chris Bledsoe for many, many years and his entire family. And they made them feel like they're special. And parts of the film from Steven Spielberg, it's sort of like this plot, right? This storyline that there is special DNA in humans, and many of these humans have certain types of psi abilities that they display. And I think that part of the plot of Disclosure Day is this. And we have a clip of Emily Blunt and a little bit of what she says in the film. And also in this clip, they're going to show a better image of the craft that I thought was potentially triangular, but it's not. It's shaped like a drop, like a water drop of sorts. It's very interesting. So I got to show it to you guys and let me know what you guys think. Okay, so here is Emily Blunt on Disclosure Day.
This film is such an original science fiction story about the idea of non-human life existing in other worlds, and that we are not alone.
Good morning, Kansas City.
And Margaret is suddenly imbued with these abilities she's never had before.
Daniel Kellner,
Who is this?
do not go back to the house. I don't know who you are, but they're gonna kill you.
Her and Daniel, they are the beholders of this world-changing secret.
It's the two of you. It's always been just the two of you.
Whatever happens,
Don't you let go.
And so they are being chased down by the highest form of shadowy government who are trying to stop them from revealing this truth to the world.
this is it. They're here.
These new, extraordinary gifts that have been bestowed upon them challenge the characters' values and their beliefs out what's possible.
3, now! 2, 1.
This is Disclosure Day.
Okay, let's watch that again.
Science fiction story about the idea of non-human life existing.
This seems like droplets of sorts. I think it's just one craft, but holy shit, what a shot, right? And yeah, it's I don't know how you guys are feeling right now with everything going on. There's this talk of this executive order that may or may not happen. I'm gonna do a video about it so you can check it out, but it's like, I don't know, it seems like everything is in place for this film to potentially like try to explain parts of what's going on. And man, there's been so many horrible takes from people who call themselves journalists or researchers, and they're just like denialists. They're not doing it with the best intentions. And it's pretty clear that Steven Spielberg thinks this movie is going to have a massive effect on people. And it's pretty clear that he is making a film as accurate as possible to what could be going on. And it's pretty clear that he has a direct line to Dan Farah, who has a direct line to all the people from government and politics and all that who are part of his film. Whether you agree with what Farah is trying to report on that film or not, I agree on some things. I don't agree on others. But that's just the reality of it. Like, Steven Spielberg can keep saying that he is not privy to information from people from the government and people from, because he is privy, but it's not direct access, right? I mean, he can do that cop out. That's good for him, but it's kind of hard to believe, Okay, so just let me know what you think about this one in the comment section down below. What do you think about Emily Blunt's feature, where she openly now talks about these abilities that she has? It kind of seems like the whole, all of those headlines from the past 2 days accusing the CIA, it kind of seems like this is the plot, right? So it's art imitating life, I guess. And what do you think about these posters that are kind of weird? That, like, I guess they're gonna do something. Chris Ramsey has a very interesting take on it. He says that it's something to do with augmented reality, some kind of publicity stunt. I don't know if that's the case, but that was interesting to read from Chris. But I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this? What are you expecting from the film? Where are you gonna go watch it? From which city? What I'm going to do is, because I want my mother to watch this film, I think it's important that she watches it. I'm going to buy tickets for here in Mexico. And I am also going to try and go to Los Angeles with Dan Cleary and whoever wants to join to watch the film over there as well. That's what I'm going to try and do. But I don't know. What are you expecting from it? Please let me know in the comment section down below. And also, what do you think about this craft that was shown? That's very interesting, right? It's not triangular after all, I don't think, but it has some interesting features to it. Can't wait to hear what you got to say. Before I leave, I want to present you with a really cool concept by the name of UFO Designs 3D from my friend Gary. Thank you to Gary and to UFO Designs 3D for sponsoring this video. I'm just introducing to you guys the third Psicoactivo sponsored UFO Designs 3D from my friend Gary. And it says, finally, UFO and alien models worthy of your collection. So let's see the collections, yeah? Because this is really exciting. And this is the one that I got. UFO replicas are right here. And you got the Boblasar S4 sports model, the classic flying saucer right here, the TR-3B Black Manta, the Kexport Acorn UFO, the Indonesia Octagon from Michael Herrera, and the Rendlesham Forest UFO. And 2 presentation, all of these, and the Flash Gordon rocket ship as well. So that's one. And then you got alien figurines and busts. The second one, gray alien head bust, is the one that my friend Gary brought to me. This is the one, and this is the sports model that he also sent. Are pretty awesome. He also sent me the Rendlesham one and the TR-3B one. I will show them later to you guys, but I wanted to show them with you, and it's really sturdy material. It's really good. So the idea is to have people from the community who have small businesses like this one, and just so the whole support stays on a loop amongst the community. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity to do that. And there are many different sizes. These operate as headphone stands as well. And these are a little different from more like fantasy lore, you could call it. And then there's the gray alien and the Roswell gray alien. So what is going to happen here is that the way to support this small business is going to be as follows. So we're going to be doing, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. You do get a promo code for the first order that you get, a 15% off. Only if you use the code Psicoactivo at checkout, you get a 15% off. So you go to ufodesigns3d.com. After you fill your cart, you put the word Psicoactivo at checkout for a 15% off in your order. I hope that you guys like these ones. They're excellent. And Gary also has little Christmas ornaments. They're also all themed for that. So you can get your Christmas tree early and all UFO and alien themed. It's really cool. It's amazing. It's the best quality and it's just for you guys. So let me know what you think. I'll be waiting. And that's it for me today on this video, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, stay curious and inquisitive like Emily Blunt. Always. Bye.